Do you believe in the existence of time travel? Or do you think it's impossible to travel through time? If you believe that time travel is pure fantasy, you might just change your mind after this video. We've done extensive research, and now we're excited to present 10 fascinating and unbelievable cases of time travelers that will leave you speechless. So make yourself comfortable and grab a snack. Number 10. The case of Rudolph Fentz. The story of Rudolph Fentz is based on a real incident from the 20th century and is one of the most fascinating and mysterious tales about time travelers ever made public. It gained popularity through an article published in 1951 by Ivan T. Sanderson in the magazine Stranger Than Science. Sanderson claimed he had heard the story from a police officer about a man named Rudolph Fentz who was found dead in the middle of New York City in 1950. The circumstances under which Fentz was discovered were extremely unusual and led to speculation about a possible case of time travel. The report stated that Fentz carried a wallet containing personal documents, all dating back to the late 19th century, including his ID card, business cards, and other papers indicating he had lived around the year 1876. Fentz's clothing and personal belongings were completely outdated, and a large amount of old currency was found in his pockets, money that had long since gone out of circulation. Most puzzling of all was the incredible detail that his ID listed his birth year as 1846. That meant, when his body was found in 1950, he would have been 104 years old. Yet the man lying dead in the streets of New York appeared to be only around 30. These strange discoveries fueled the theory that Fentz had somehow traveled through time and suddenly appeared in 1950s New York City. Sanderson's report triggered countless debates and speculations about the possible causes and background of Fentz's mysterious appearance. Some believed he had fallen victim to a strange time anomaly or a temporal portal, while others thought Rudolph Fentz had come from a parallel universe. According to this theory, there exist countless other worlds besides our own, differing from our reality in their events and physical laws. It's assumed that the boundaries between these parallel universes are not fixed or impenetrable, but that there could be rare moments when they open or overlap. During one of these rifts or crossings, it might theoretically be possible for someone, like Rudolph Fentz, to slip from a parallel universe into ours. His mysterious origin from a different time period and the outdated items found on him could be evidence that he came from a world where time flows differently, or history unfolded in another way. Could the mysterious case of Rudolph Fentz truly be proof of the existence of time travel or parallel universes? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. Thank you. Number 9. The photo from the year 5000. In 2018, a mysterious man appeared claiming to be a time traveler. He introduced himself as Edward and appeared in several videos online, especially on YouTube, where he shared his experience with time travel. His most astonishing claim was that he had traveled to the year 5000 and had seen the city of Los Angeles completely submerged underwater. Edward even had a photo with him, allegedly taken during his visit to the future. It shows a dystopian world where Los Angeles, in the year 5000, lies fully beneath the sea. He also explained that people in that future had adapted to the rising waters by living in a unique way. They built their cities on tall platforms or stilt structures, keeping their homes above the water's surface so they could continue living normally despite the higher sea levels. This futuristic architecture was humanity's response to global flooding, reminiscent of the 1995 film Waterworld, starring Kevin Costner, which depicted a post-apocalyptic future where the melting polar ice had submerged the entire planet. In that film, humanity lives on floating cities or roams the endless ocean in search of resources and the mythical dryland. Edward claimed to work for a secret organization that had developed a time machine, one capable of allowing physical travel through time, but only into the future and back to the original departure point. He also stated that it was impossible to travel to a moment in the past before the time machine had been invented, serving as a kind of safeguard to prevent travelers from getting stuck in an era where the device didn't yet exist. Another fascinating claim Edward made was that the number of time travels a person could perform was limited. He explained this by saying that each journey exposed travelers to high levels of radiation, which could cause severe long-term health problems. Edward claimed to have already completed several trips to the future and warned that turbulent times and major changes were coming for humanity, events we could not even imagine today. Was this mysterious man truly working for a secret organization possessing a time machine capable of traveling into the future? And was the photo he presented really taken in the year 5000? Pretty crazy. Number 8. Project Looking Glass. David Wilcock, born on March 8, 1973, is an American speaker, author, and filmmaker. He claims to have gained access to information about extraterrestrial technology and time travel. These spectacular claims have drawn enormous attention and led many people to explore Wilcock's ideas and theories in depth. Wilcock says that he had access to secret government documents and insider information, which gave him insights into programs such as Project Looking Glass. This project is said to have been conducted by the U.S. government and to have focused on the study of time travel and extraterrestrial technology. Wilcock explained that these highly classified programs emerged through the use of cutting-edge technologies, including the reconstruction and analysis of alien artifacts. He argues that certain government agencies and intelligence organizations have been in contact with extraterrestrial civilizations for decades, using their technologies to gain insight into the future, or even to make time travel possible. The so-called looking glass is said to be a type of technological device capable of predicting and visualizing future events. This device collects and analyzes data from different sources, such as historical records, current events, and even information from alternate realities or dimensions. Based on all these collected data and analyses, the looking glass then generates possible future scenarios and even displays them as a kind of movie, complete with picture and sound. It is believed that the looking glass technology is based on quantum physics, operating on principles at the subatomic level. Wilcock claims that this technology is not only used by the U.S. government, but also by other nations and intelligence agencies around the world. The entire process supposedly works by altering certain things in the present, and then using the looking glass technology to observe how these changes affect the future. This is repeated until the desired outcome is achieved, allowing those in control to steer the future in the direction they want. One of David Wilcock's most fascinating claims is that the looking glass technology was even used for actual time travel, where certain events in the past were influenced. According to him, specially trained individuals were physically sent back in time. Wilcock is convinced that certain historical events were manipulated by time travelers in order to alter specific occurrences, and thereby influence the course of history itself. He mentions both world wars in this context. Wilcock believes, for example, that the Second World War was manipulated by time travelers, which decisively changed its course, and especially its outcome. Wilcock has repeatedly emphasized that secret experiments are being conducted behind the scenes, and that time travel has long been possible. Did this man truly have access to classified government documents? Does he know about things that have been deliberately hidden from humanity? Number 7. The world in the year 8973. The case of William Taylor is one of the most fascinating stories ever connected to time travel. Taylor claimed that he had worked for the British government, and that he had traveled to the year 8973 thanks to a secret technology. According to Taylor, his journey was made possible by an advanced technology capable of transporting humans through time. This time machine, he said, was developed by the British government in a secret project using extraterrestrial technology. What Taylor described about the year 8973 is beyond astonishing. He spoke of a highly advanced human civilization that was radically different from anything we could possibly imagine today. He claimed to have seen robots with the ability to communicate telepathically, robots that could transmit thoughts and information directly, without the need for spoken or written language. The intriguing fact that Taylor passed a lie detector test added a certain level of credibility to his story and his claims. One of Taylor's most spectacular statements was that the technology of time travel would soon be made available to the public. Taylor said that governments were planning to release this revolutionary technology in the near future to prepare humanity for a new era of understanding space and time. The official release of this technology, he claimed, would come with convincing promises about the benefits of time travel, such as new forms of transportation, improved historical research, and even the possibility of preventing future disasters. Taylor emphasized, however, that at first only a few people would be allowed to travel through time. He mentioned that companies would offer time travel experiences to private individuals, a kind of time travel tourism. This would allow participants to personally witness historic events from the past up close. However, it would only be permitted to travel into the past, not into the future, and always under the supervision of time travel experts, ensuring the safety of the travelers. A fascinating concept, though the cost of such a trip would reportedly reach hundreds of millions. So, not many people would be able to afford it. Was this man truly able to travel into the distant future? Does time travel technology already exist and is soon to be revealed to the public? Taylor claims that time travel into the past will soon be available even to private individuals. If you had the chance to travel into the past, what year would you choose? Write your answer in the comments below. We're really curious to see what you'll say. Number 6. The Iranian Time Machine. In 2013, a report caused worldwide attention and astonishment. An Iranian scientist named Ali Razeghi had filed a patent for a revolutionary invention, a time machine. It wasn't a time machine in the classic sense, one that physically transports people through time, but rather a device capable of predicting future events. The most remarkable detail: the machine could look only up to 8 years into the future. Ali Razeghi, who worked at Iran's Center for Strategic Inventions, explained that his creation, which he called the Aryayak time-traveling machine, was based on complex algorithms. These algorithms, he said, made it possible to predict future events with 98% accuracy. The device functioned through a form of data processing that gathered and analyzed information about individual people, or even entire countries, to forecast upcoming events. Razeghi further claimed that he had worked on this invention for 10 years, and that the device could be especially useful for governments and strategic organizations. For example, it could be used to predict upcoming conflicts, environmental disasters, or other major events, allowing authorities to take precautions and prevent potential crises, or at least minimize their impact. Razeghi's most intriguing statement was that his time machine could also help prevent crimes before they happened, effectively reducing criminal activity and leading to a safer, more peaceful society. His groundbreaking invention, he said, could even make predictions about specific individuals. Much like in the 2002 science fiction film Minority Report, starring the world-famous actor Tom Cruise. The movie takes place in a future where a special police unit called pre-crime prevents crimes before they occur. The predictions about future crimes are made by so-called precogs, individuals with telepathic abilities. A pretty chilling thought, being suddenly arrested by the police for something you haven't, or haven't yet, done. Ali Razeghi and his sensational invention soon disappeared from the public spotlight. Efforts were made to portray him as a fraud. However, rumors suggest that his time machine was seized by secret organizations, and that Razeghi was paid a large sum of money to remain silent about it. Did this man truly create a real, functioning time machine capable of predicting the future? Who knows? Number 5. The case of Dan Burisch. Dan Burisch is a figure who has caused quite a stir around the world. His story is closely tied to claims about secret government projects, extraterrestrial technologies, and time travel. Burisch claims to be a scientist who worked on a top-secret project called Lotus, operated by the U.S. government. This project, he said, focused on studying and applying extraterrestrial technologies, as well as researching time travel. Dan Burisch, who is also known under the name Dan Crane, states that he worked for several classified divisions of the U.S. government, including the so-called Majestic 12 Committee, a secret organization allegedly dealing with extraterrestrial affairs. The Lotus project, on which Burisch primarily worked, was said to explore alien technology and the potential of time travel. Burisch speaks of complex experiments and technologies that go far beyond our current scientific understanding. He claims to have directly interacted with extraterrestrial beings that were kept inside secret facilities. These encounters, according to him, gave him profound insight into alien technology and their civilizations. He describes these extraterrestrials as entities possessing advanced knowledge and technologies, vastly different from anything known to humankind. In his accounts, Dan Burisch also speaks about the so-called J-Rods, a group of extraterrestrials that play a central role in his claims about his secret work. According to Burisch, the J-Rods are advanced beings from the future, deeply connected to human evolution, and to the classified government projects in which he was allegedly involved. The J-Rods are said to be time travelers from about 45,000 years in our future. They are described as biological entities with both human and extraterrestrial features. These beings, he said, had degenerated due to a genetic disorder caused by long-term time travel. They supposedly possess an advanced understanding of how the universe works, one that allows them to move freely through time. Burisch claims that these extraterrestrial beings, the J-Rods, revealed to him that they are, in fact, future humans. These entities allegedly claim that humanity will evolve into them, the J-Rods, roughly 45,000 years from now. Dan Burisch insists that the time travels of the J-Rods serve a very specific purpose, to heal their genetic defects through the exchange of genetic material with humans. So, are these beings actually future versions of humankind? Have the J-Rods traveled back from the future to extract human DNA in an attempt to prevent their own extinction? One pretty wild story. Number 4. The Time Traveler from the year 6491. The story of James Oliver, a time traveler from the year 6491, is a fascinating case. That caused a sensation across social media and various news outlets. He claimed to be a time traveler stranded on Earth because his time travel device had malfunctioned. James Oliver stated that he came from a future in which humanity had succeeded in traveling far beyond the boundaries of our solar system, and was already interacting with other intelligent species across the universe. He claimed to be from the year 6491, a time when time travel was technologically possible and routinely used for research and scientific purposes. According to Oliver, he became stranded on Earth because his time travel device, which allowed him to move through time and space, was damaged. This unexpected malfunction made it impossible for him to return to his own time. Oliver described Earth as one of many places he had visited during his time travels, emphasizing that his original mission was of a scientific nature. He portrayed the year 6491 as a time of extremely advanced technology, a world where time travel had become an integral part of life, made possible by technologies we humans today can hardly imagine. The society of his time was said to be highly developed, with a deep understanding of the universe and the forces within it. James Oliver suggested that he was part of a scientific mission whose goal was to expand humanity's understanding of the universe and to promote relationships between different civilizations. The organization he worked for, whose name he refused to reveal, appeared to be some kind of interstellar agency responsible for overseeing and conducting time travel operations. Oliver emphasized that it was strictly forbidden for him to interfere with or alter the past, and that his time travels were purely for exploration and research. He said that even the smallest changes or pieces of information he might reveal could have severe consequences for the future, which is why he was not allowed to talk about everything. As for his time travel device, Oliver said that there was no point in discussing the technical details, since humanity was not yet capable of understanding how time travel truly works. He only mentioned that it was based on quantum physical processes. Oliver made several predictions and statements about the future of Earth and the universe. He spoke of climatic changes, political upheavals, and future technological advancements. He also claimed that humanity would soon form close relationships with other intelligent species throughout the cosmos. His descriptions of a vast, interconnected galaxy in which multiple civilizations cooperate and learn from one another are truly fascinating. A particularly remarkable detail in Oliver's story is that he underwent a lie detector test to support the truthfulness of his claims. According to reports, Oliver passed this test, which led some people to believe his incredible statements were actually true. After that, this mysterious man vanished without a trace and was never seen again. Was he really a time traveler from the year 6491? Could this case truly be proof that time travel is possible? Number 3. The case of Joseph McMoneagle. Joseph McMoneagle is a prominent figure in the world of parapsychology and remote viewing. This practice allows people to use extrasensory perception to obtain information about distant locations, including events from the past and future. As a former soldier with an impressive career in the U.S. military, particularly within Army intelligence, McMoneagle became widely known for his involvement in the Stargate project, a research program launched by the U.S. government in the 1970s to explore the military potential of remote viewing. Within the Stargate project, McMoneagle was one of the most outstanding remote viewers, possessing the ability to see places, events, and information that extended far beyond normal perception. The project aimed to study how remote viewing could be used for espionage purposes. McMoneagle claimed that his abilities not only allowed him to transcend spatial distances, but also temporal ones. He spoke of traveling through time, to observe events in both the past and the future. Joseph McMoneagle made specific predictions and descriptions of historical events he said he had witnessed through remote viewing. Among his most remarkable predictions was the detailed description of a new type of submarine being developed by the Soviet Union, long before it was publicly known. This prediction was later confirmed when the Soviet Union indeed launched a new submarine that perfectly matched McMoneagle's description. Absolutely fascinating. So, is our mind truly capable of leaving the body and visiting faraway places? Can our consciousness even travel into the past or the future? That would be a very interesting form of time travel indeed. Number 2. The case of John Titor. The following case is one of the most fascinating stories related to time travel. And it actually happened. A man named John Titor caused a worldwide sensation in the early 2000s when he claimed to be a time traveler from the year 2036. His story first appeared online in the year 2000 on a series of internet forums. Titor claimed that in 2036, he had been sent back in time by the government to the year 2000 to retrieve a special computer that had first been produced in the 1970s, the IBM 5100. According to Titor, this computer had a unique feature that allowed it to solve certain compatibility problems with older systems, problems that were crucial for future applications. Many people followed Titor's story with great curiosity because he shared remarkably detailed information about the technology and political situation of his future. He claimed, for example, that in the year 2036, a kind of civil war had broken out in the United States, leading to the collapse of the government. Some of Titor's most striking claims involved the existence of a time machine installed inside his car. The whole thing strongly resembled the DeLorean from the movie Back to the Future. In that famous film series, the DeLorean was converted into a time machine by the scientist Dr. Emmett Brown. Titor also warned of upcoming events such as natural disasters and the collapse of social order. He spoke in depth about multiple timelines and the existence of parallel universes. Titor interacted directly with people on online forums, answering questions, and providing technical details about his time machine and the physics behind time travel. He described his device as a time displacement unit based on the use of microsingularities, tiny artificially generated black holes. A black hole is an extremely dense and compact region of space whose gravity is so powerful that nothing, not even light, can escape it. Titor explained that black holes could be used to create distortions in time, which would make it possible to travel through it. He said that in 2036, he was working as a soldier in a special military unit and had been assigned by the government to travel into the past. Titor claimed that his mission was successful and that he found the computer he was sent to retrieve. After that, he vanished without a trace and was never heard from again. To this day, the true identity of John Titor and the reality of his story remain one of the greatest mysteries of the modern internet age. Number 1. The WingMakers. The term WingMakers first appeared online in the late 1990s. It refers to a group of beings said to come from the future, specifically from the year 2749. The WingMakers are believed to possess highly advanced technologies and artifacts capable of manipulating space and time itself. This information was presented on websites that contained a mix of philosophical concepts, artworks, and texts, said to originate directly from the WingMakers themselves. According to these claims, the WingMakers were able to send physical objects back through time using the principles of time travel. Objects and messages from the year 2749 were allegedly transported through time and placed in our present. These artifacts were discovered hidden deep within a canyon wall. There, researchers found 23 chambers filled with mysterious objects, items that even the world's brightest minds could not decode or activate. Among these artifacts were paintings, poetry, and pieces of advanced technology whose function and meaning remain completely unknown. One of the most fascinating finds was a strange music-playing device containing unusual tracks. Each track was designed to take the listener on a journey through different states of consciousness and to inspire a deeper understanding of the connection between all things. One theory suggests that the WingMakers come from a future in which humanity faces a critical turning point, a moment when, without a shift in consciousness or behavior, devastating consequences could follow. For this reason, the WingMakers are believed to be influencing the present, trying to guide humanity onto a path that avoids these catastrophic outcomes and instead leads toward a more harmonious and enlightened existence. So could the WingMakers truly be people from the future, attempting to prevent their own extinction? It seems that by the year 2749, humanity may have become so desperate that they felt compelled to alter the past itself. Now we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you believe time travel is truly possible, or do you think something like this could never be achieved? Which story did you find the most fascinating? Let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.